You won't believe what happened when the world's strongest hero faced his most terrifying opponent yet. It wasn't an alien invasion. It wasn't a monster association. It wasn't even a god-level threat that made governments tremble. It was something far worse, something that lives in your kitchen right now. Picture this: Saitama, the man who can obliterate planets with a casual punch, standing on his couch at AM, wielding a rolled-up newspaper like it's Excalibur. His enemy? A cockroach. Not just any cockroach, mind you, but what fans are now calling the unkillable roach that broke One Punch Man. The setup was perfect. After defeating yet another world-ending monster in a single blow, our bald hero returns to his modest apartment, craving nothing more than his daily discount supermarket finds and maybe some peace and quiet. That's when he sees a dark shadow scuttling across his kitchen floor. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most people would grab some bug spray or call an exterminator. But Saitama isn't most people. He's the guy who accidentally split a mountain while swatting a mosquito. Surely, one tiny cockroach wouldn't be a problem, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. What happened next became the most viral One Punch Man moment since the infamous mosquito scene. But this time, it hit different. Social media exploded with theories, memes, and heated debates about what this episode really meant for the series. The first attempt seemed routine enough. Saitama spots the roach near his refrigerator, wins up for what should be an easy victory, and misses. The cockroach, seemingly aware of its impending doom, pulls off a last-second dodge that would make professional fighters weep with envy. It scurries under the fridge with the kind of speed that defies physics. Interesting, Saitama mutters, and fans everywhere knew they were in for something special. But this wasn't just about a missed punch. This was about something deeper, something that touched the very core of what makes One Punch Man brilliant. See, the beauty of this cockroach encounter lies in its perfect absurdity. Here's a man who's literally too strong for his own universe, facing the one thing that has survived every extinction event on Earth. The second attempt escalates beautifully. Saitama gets serious, well, as serious as he ever gets about anything. He positions himself strategically, calculates the roach's movement pattern, and delivers what should be a precision strike. The cockroach, in a move that defied all expectations, spreads its wings and takes flight. Flying cockroaches can fly. If you've never seen a grown man panic at the sight of a flying cockroach, you're missing out on one of humanity's most universal experiences. But when that grown man happens to be Saitama, the panic takes on cosmic proportions. What follows is pure comedic gold. Our invincible hero, the same guy who remained calm while facing an alien warlord bent on universal destruction, completely loses his composure. He's swinging wildly, jumping on furniture, making those undignified squeaking sounds that everyone makes when confronted with flying insects. Meanwhile, the cockroach seems to be enjoying itself. It's not just surviving, it's thriving. Every near miss only seems to energize it more. It's playing with Saitama, and both the character and the audience know it. The genius of this scenario extends beyond simple comedy. It's a masterclass in character development disguised as slapstick humor. For the first time in the series, we see Saitama genuinely challenged not by raw power, but by something he can't simply punch his way through. Think about it. Every villain Saitama faces makes the same mistake. They assume the battle is about strength, speed, or special abilities. The cockroach doesn't make that mistake because it doesn't think at all. It just survives, adapts, and moves forward. It's the perfect metaphor for resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. The third encounter pushes things into truly surreal territory. Saitama, now committed to this battle like he's never been committed to any monster fight, starts using actual strategy. He sets traps, uses bait, even considers asking Genos for help before pride gets the better of him. But here he's the kicker: every strategic move he makes only proves how out of his depth he really is. The cockroach outmaneuvers him at every turn, not through intelligence, but through pure, instinctive survival programming honed over millions of years of evolution. Fans started creating elaborate theories about this episode before it even aired. Some claimed the cockroach was a metaphor for Saitama's own existential crisis. Others insisted it represented the unstoppable force of nature itself. The more creative theorists suggested it was actually a god-level monster disguised as a common insect. The truth, as always with One Punch Man, was both simpler and more profound than anyone expected. As the battle intensifies, Saitama's apartment becomes a war zone. Furniture overturned, walls cracked from missed punches, and still the cockroach persists. It is not trying to fight back, it is just trying to exist in the same space as this overwhelmingly powerful being. The climax arrives when Saitama finally corners his nemesis. The cockroach, trapped and seemingly defenseless, looks up at the hero who could end universes. For a moment, time stops. This is at the moment of truth. And then Saitama does something that breaks the internet entirely. He stops. He looks at this tiny creature that has given him more of a challenge than any cosmic entity ever has, and he makes a choice that defines not just the episode, but his entire character arc. He opens the window and lets it go. "You win this round," he says to the departing insect, and the audience realizes they've witnessed something beautiful. Not a victory through strength, but wisdom through restraint. The episode ends with Saitama sitting in his destroyed apartment, surrounded by the aftermath of his greatest battle, finally understanding something about himself he never knew before. Sometimes the real victory is in winning the fight at ease and knowing when not to fight at all. This isn't just another One Punch Man episode. It's a perfect encapsulation of why the series works so brilliantly, why it resonates with millions of fans worldwide, and why sometimes the smallest moments create the biggest impact. The cockroach was never the real enemy. It was just a mirror, reflecting back everything Saitama needed to see about himself.